All right, the lighting is a little strange. The machine's trying to adjust at this time. It doesn't matter. Well, uh, what what we're talking about is the world here. People don't seem to understand something. Um, I'm willing to talk to any of you. Um, I'm not wearing a top because it's hot, and I'm trying to stay cool. Um, there's a lot of things going on in this world that people don't understand, and there's no way you can understand it. You'd have to be watching it as long as I have. There's uh, theories I've come up with since the 70s. It, science science claims there are things that are negligible on this planet. No, there's nothing that is negligible on this planet. There's nothing negligible anywhere. If you test a nuclear bomb, what? You think that's negligible? No. It has an effect on many things. It possibly was felt far and wide throughout the universe. The whole universe is connected. Um, I used to smoke a lot of weed, and I know that there are things like reincarnation. I know that there are things like ghosts. I understand all of these things because the human spirit just doesn't die with you. It continues to live, and there are cases on the planet where uh, the spirit has lived on, and it's been proven. It's actually been proven that the child knows that they lived before. They know their address. They know how they died. You understand what I'm telling you? They have a birthmark where the bullet entered and then exited their head. And they know exactly who they were and where they lived. You can't deny that. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about the world. The world here is what we're speaking of. We don't understand what it is that we're dealing with in reality. We think we know something. We don't know anything. We know some things, and we think we know. And we're trying to say that, oh, evolution is a proven fact. No, it isn't. Yeah, fucking morons. Where did? How do you evolve from a freaking single-celled organism? You don't do that. The coelacanth is still alive. All the creatures that were living in prehistoric times are still alive. The prehistoric creatures are still alive. They're just in smaller forms. They didn't change. They didn't change their forms. They didn't change anything. They just changed in the size. You're not looking at the whole picture. All right. Well, here's the whole picture. The Earth was molten at one time. It's spinning centrifugally at 7,000 miles per hour. The Earth is 37,000 miles per hour. All right, I'll look it up. Anyhow, no, 37,000 miles per hour, I'm pretty sure, is how fast the Earth is spinning. And it's been spinning that way for uh, quite a long time, as far as we can figure, you know. We absolutely know nothing. Everything was liquid and then settled down and balanced centrifugally. And some of you say centripetally, but no, it's centrifugal, centrifugally. All right, it's spinning. Um, the heaviest stayed at the center. The center of the Earth is going to obviously be a liquid, not a solid. These scientific morons that think it's a solid are freaking idiots. The center of the Earth is uh, has so much force and friction on it that it has to be a liquid, and the center is extremely radioactive. So let's leave that at that. The heaviest of elements are at the center. It would seem that centrifugally they'd be on the outside. But no, that's not how things work in outer space. And uh, the lighter stuff is on the outside, on the crust. All right. So inside of the Earth is liquid, and it can be in torment. I mean, it can be definitely um, things can go pretty haywire inside because it's liquid. It just flows the way it flows. Um, the underside of the crust of the Earth is not totally smooth, so it has problems with flow. It's been balancing for a long time. Um, Metals of all kinds are in the crust. Oil, which is a natural occurrence and has nothing to do with, well, it does have something to do with, dinosaurs and all that, but it's mainly about what's at the bottom of the ocean. Whatever's at the bottom of the ocean is what creates oil. But when you pump oil out of the ground, um, uh, oil is lighter than water, and we pump it out of the ground, and then we try to fill it with water, and water's a different weight than oil. Okay, so whatever. We don't truly understand why the oil exists. For one thing, the oil is actually there to not only keep the world in balance. The world is like a fine. It's been balancing for so many uh, billions of years that it's finer than a marble. I've heard that before in the world of science, and it is. It's very balanced, and when you start messing with the balance of nature, you're gonna find out that there's there's no good thing that's gonna happen from it. Um, uh, what we're doing is taking the oil from the ground and then we're burning it and putting it into the air, which is freaking retarded. How stupid can you be? All right, and then we're taking a finely balanced marble and pulling metals out of the ground and then moving it around the surface and making cities and stuff without considering how it imbalances the marble. Can you see what I'm saying? All right, so now we're pulling oil and metal out of the ground and moving it to where we want and placing it on the planet. Uh, Science would say this is negligible. I don't think so. What's happening is the marble is becoming unbalanced, and it's causing an extra wobble. There's a wobble happening, and the everything on the whole planet is balanced together, including the atmosphere. So when you imbalance the planet and it causes a wobble, all uh, the uh, from Mount Everest, which is sticking up into the atmosphere and keeping the atmosphere uh, timed with us, everything is together uh, to a degree. The atmosphere is slightly behind our spin as a solid planet. Uh, the when you cause a wobble, everything that's sticking up from the planet causes the atmosphere to change direction, and now the jet streams are out of sync, and they can't. uh, there's four jet streams on the planet, and they can't. They were lined up to a degree, and they're flowing in their uh, billion year flow, and everything is going fine, and the atmosphere is turning with the Earth very specifically. The moon is very specifically rotating around us and keeping the keeping the the tides going in the way they're supposed to go, and the deformations and the crust of the earth going the way they're supposed to go. But then when we start messing with things, things are gonna get messed up. The now the um, the jet streams are out of control, and they're moving in a way that really doesn't match with what it used to do for billions of years. We've caused something to go wrong, and now the jet streams are making noise. They're interfering with the uh, parts of the atmosphere they never touched before, and they're making huge booms and whatever is going on, screeching noises. Uh, you can see it in uh, videos of like sounds heard round the world, that kind of stuff. Yeah, those are screeching noises from the jet streams touching uh, slower moving parts of the atmosphere that they normally don't touch. The jet streams and the slow moving atmosphere are all synchronized, and when you mess them up, they start dipping and it changes the whole atmosphere to the point where there's uh, the weather doesn't make any sense. But the weather is unpredictable to begin with. But I'm telling you that that's the reason it's going to become much more unpredictable. We could end up with a red eye just like the freaking planet Jupiter. We gotta understand what we're looking at. This involves the whole Earth. Uh, when we imbalance the Earth, we're also causing the tectonic plate technology to advance in one way or another. This stuff, all these plates are going to adjust and try to rebalance something that we have done. What you don't understand is that it's going to cause havoc. Uh, there's cracks appearing in Alaska. There's a crack accelerating in Africa. The Yeah, I'm not sure I can continue talking. The crack accelerating in Africa is a sign that there is a lot of suffering to be had. But we don't understand what we're doing, and we don't understand how to correct it. And uh, yeah, the Great Rift Valley shows signs of acceleration. Um, I'm sorry to say Once these cracks start freaking happening, there's cracks that are gonna appear in a lot of places. Um, the moon orbiting our Earth is gonna cause the tides to continually go up and down. The water itself is gonna go through the cracks and cause giant freaking sinkholes to appear. Land masses are going to separate. There's going to be a giant problem. There's going to be volcanoes appearing and awakening. Old volcanoes are going to awaken. There's going to be new volcanoes appearing. Um, California is going to have a giant. Since Alaska had those big cracks appear, I predict that California, they've been feeling a lot of activity around the Pacific Rim there. I think California is going to feel a giant jolt all of a sudden. There's going to be a huge jolt really fast here. It, prediction, I don't know. It should have happened already. I'm surprised it hasn't. All right. Well, the only reason I'm telling you people is that because this is time stamped, you know. So I guess I can reveal my theories. Um, Still yet, California is going to feel a gigantic jolt. Uh, uh, People are hearing noises coming from the ground, and they don't know what that is. All right, the noises from the sky are the jet streams interfering with the slower moving air masses below them. All right, that's the explanation for the sounds from the sky. Sounds from the earth, I'm not exactly sure. There's been a lot of visitations lately. I don't know what the aliens are up to, but whatever. I don't think they're causing us to hear what they're doing. They can do everything incognito. They can do stuff without us hearing them. So I don't think they're the ones making the noise. What I think is happening is that the inside of the planet, where the molten lava is circulating, it also spins very balanced with the planet, and the inside of the planet has a certain shape to it, and it's been shaped over billions of years. But now that we've caused a wobble, even the molten lava inside is like banging off of structures inside our planet. So, you know, I believe the interior is completely molten, and that uh, the inside of the crust of the Earth is not totally smooth. So even if it is, it's got a shape to it. It's got shapes, you know. So I think that we've changed the flow of everything, and it's screaming at us that we're doing the wrong thing. But we'll learn. You know, we'll learn something, or I don't know. You know, there's a lot of us on here. We're all, some of us are gonna survive. I wouldn't worry about it. in the end. I think we'll survive. All right, you guys take it easy.